Well, good morning. I'm Miss Lori, and welcome to my kitchen.
All right.
I have got this really good recipe. Now, some of y'all may not have ever eaten uh, jalapeno jam or different kinds of fruited jalapeno jam. Now, there's hot pepper jelly. There's like this one right here is a blackberry jalapeno jam. You can get all kinds online. You can get them at your Amish or Mennonite stores for sure. This one here is just a regular hot pepper jam, which has no fruit in it. It's just your bell peppers and your jalapenos. So good. And this one right here is one of my favorites. This is a peach jalapeno jam. Now, I don't have any homemade right now. And a lot of y'all make your own homemade jalapeno jam. The last jalapeno jam I made was strawberry, and it was so good, but I've used it all up and I haven't made any more. But I do have several Mennonite stores and places that you can go in and buy um, their kind of products. So it's pretty accessible here in my area to get it. But you can also order it online. And I will try to find some links for some of y'all that maybe have to order online because I know a lot of y'all watch me on TV and you some of y'all really don't get out and about much but you want a good recipe and you'd like to have some of the ingredients. So I always try to put the link and try to help y'all get the ingredients that you need. But I can tell you that most of the time, y'all know that ingredients that I usually use, I've already got in my pantry, and so do most of y'all. This recipe, I watched a lady, she's not been on YouTube in many years, but she does have some videos. And she's called Grey Goose Gourmet. She's on Instagram though, and she makes her own all kinds. I mean, I don't know how many different varieties of jalapeno jam that you can order online. And I will try to find her link and I'll put it down in my information box below this video. But we absolutely love jalapeno jam. Now, we can't really go the really hot stuff. There's some that's mild and some that's really hot. But me and Mr. Brown love to take jalapeno jam, whether if it's fruited with the peach or the blackberry or the strawberry, and we love to put it on goat cheese or cream cheese. You just spread it on top of that, kind of melt it, just, heat it up just a little bit and eat it with crackers, and it is so good. I've also put this with crock pot, your slow cooker meatballs. I've seen people even spread some on top of their meatloaf. There's so many different things that you can do with hot pepper jam, and one of them is this delicious pulled pork. Now, I really wanted to save this recipe for around the Super Bowl because I think this is going to be an excellent pulled pork for y'all that love to watch the Super Bowl and you love to have all the good food around you. Even if you don't watch the Super Bowl, this is going to be a great recipe, y'all, because potlucks or get-togethers. In fact, I wanted to do this for Christmas, for New Year's Eve, and things got kind of switched around and we didn't get it done. So, anyways, I want to get this recipe out to you. So, I think this would be a really good Super Bowl recipe. What do y'all think? What I've got here is about a 6 pound um, Boston butt, and it does have the bone in. I'm going to be using my slow cooker. You can do this in your oven. You can do it in Instant Pot too, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But this does have the bone in. It does have a little bit of fat on top because to me the fat is where your flavor is, and you can always cut that off at the end of the cooking time. Is cut that fat off, get it out of there if you don't want to eat it, and take the bone out. I like to have the bone in my Boston butt. I'm just going to place it here in my slow cooker. I like to have the bone in because the bone also gives it flavor too. So your fat and your bone you can always take out afterwards. This is such a simple recipe, but it's so good, y'all. So this is about 6 pounds. If you're going to have quite a few people, you're going to be feeding quite a few people. Or if you want to put it, a lot of times we'll do pulled pork. I'm sorry, and put it in the freezer. Some people like to can, cooked meat and stuff, but I like it better in the freezer if there's any left. But this has got a lot of, quite a bit of fat running through it. Plus, it has a fat cap, and then it's got the bone. But still, it does have quite a bit of meat in it too. But all this together is what's going to give this pork really good taste. Sometimes we just get hungry for a good smoked Boston, but we can't always have access to it. A lot of us don't have time. A lot of us don't have, maybe somebody don't have the equipment that they can go out and smoke, a big Boston butt. So your slow cooker is your friend for stuff like this, and your oven too. So 6 pound, you can do a 7 to 8 if you can get it in your slow cooker. Um, you can even do this in a roaster and do several of these to take to a big group. So I have done that before too. But I have put like 4 big roasts in my big, what is that? It's a 24-quart roaster like you cook a turkey in. And I have done lots of roasting them to take to a big potluck or get together before. But all we're going to do with this is we're just going to salt it. And then we're going to pepper it. I like quite a bit, even though we're having jalapeno pepper jam on it, we're going to put some pepper on it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut up half an onion. If you want a whole onion, that's fine. I'm just going to cut up half of this onion, just dice it up. This onion will cook. You won't even really know it's there because it'll just kind of melt in with all your other ingredients, the juices and stuff. I'm not going to put any water, any kind of broth or anything in this slow cooker because it's going to make its own juice. Y'all be surprised how much juice it's going to make once it's cooked. So I think I'll just do half of this onion, and I'm going to wait just a minute for it to put in because I am going to, now that I had the fat part of it turned down and I seasoned that part. So I'm going to turn it over where the fat is on top because as it cooks, I want that fat to render down into that meat. So I'm going to go ahead and salt this side too. And pepper it. And we are up early this morning. I want to get this going. I'm going to put it on low. And my preference for cooking a Boston butt like this is to cook it for about 10 hours. You don't have to. You can cook it on low for 8 hours. But to me, to get the best product, and I have got a fly that will not leave me alone because he's cold and he's come in the house. 8 hours to get it cooked. 10 hours just makes it that much better. Makes it more tender and it's just so much more flavorful. But if you only got 8 hours, that'll work too on low. You can cook it on high for about 5 hours. I don't think it's as good, but you can do that. Just, make sure it's, done. The internal temperature is good and it's done. I've got about 12 ounces of smoked fatty bacon here. And I don't know that I'm going to need all this bacon. But what I'm going to do is take it and I'm just going to cut it up in slices. Just kind of dice it up a little bit, kind of almost the size, a little bit bigger than your onions that are diced up. This is so good, y'all. This pulled pork is so good on just making a sandwich with maybe some coleslaw. You can eat it by itself as as your main dish, and just make you some some rice to eat with it. It's really good that way too. So any leftovers that you have, there's all kinds of things that you can do with it. You can make quesadillas with it. Uh, but I tell y'all, the hot pepper jam is something else on pork. You know, fruit is really good with pork. Y'all have seen me through the past cook several pork dishes that I usually added some kind of fruit with it because fruit and pork, they just marry together very well. So I've cut up probably about eight. I'm gonna say I cut up about 8 ounces of this bacon. I'll save the rest of it and cook it for my breakfast. So we got our pork in here. I've turned it where the fat side is up. I've done put salt and pepper on it. That's all I'm going to put on it. If you want to add a little bit of garlic or whatever on it, please go ahead. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add the chopped up bacon. What this bacon's going to do is it's got that smoky flavor to it because it's a hardwood smoked bacon that will put that taste into your pork too. Kind of give it that smoky flavor. So now we're going to get our onion and put it. I'm still fighting this fly over here. We have a cold day, then we'll have a warm day. We have a cold day, and these flies are terrible. They want to find a warm place, and they want to bother you. Okay, now how much jam you want to put on your pork is totally up to you. If you like it, you know, with a pretty good, peppery taste to it, you put as much as you want. I am personally going to use my peach jalapeno jam, and this is 16 ounces. And like I said, I've got a 6-pound roast here. I'll see if I can even get it open this morning. I may not get it open. I should have had Mr. Brown open it for me before he left. Let me wash my hands. Stuff, they're sealed really good. Plus my hands are wet. There we go. I worried me for a minute. So we got our peach jalapeno jam. Like I said, I've also got a blackberry, and I've also just got a plain jalapeno with no fruit in it. So that's totally up to you. I'm going to take, and this stuff is really set up good, y'all. So that's why when I spread it on cream cheese or goat cheese or anything like that, I always put it in a bowl and I warm it up just a little bit before I spread it over my cheese. But I'm going to put probably 8 ounces. Now what this is going to do is as the slow cooker heats up and it starts to cook, this jam is going to heat up and it's going to soften up and it's going to melt down into the pork and into the juices. It's going to be so good. So what is your preference in the jalapeno jams? What do you like best? Do you like the fruited ones or do you like just the plain jalapeno? We all have our choices. So there you go. I've got about 8 ounces on that 6-pound pork roast. If I had, like, say I had an 8-pound pork roast in here, I would probably put the whole 16 ounces on it. This brand here is not real hot. So if you have a brand that's got habaneros or something, be careful with it. So that's all we're going to do to this. I'm going to put the lid on it. Like I said, it's early in the morning because I want this to cook all day. I'm going to put this on low, and I'm going to put it on for 10 hours. So later this afternoon, when it's time to eat, we'll come back, and I'm going to show y'all just how tender and how good this roast's going to be. Well, it's been 10 hours, and I'm telling you, this house has smelled so good while this has been cooking. But it looks good. You can take your fork, it's so tender, and you can just start shredding this meat. And I want you to look at how much juice that's made. And all, the onions cooked down and the bacon, cooked, and that pepper jam, and all of that together. This juice is something else, y'all. But you can take your fat cap off and just start shredding it, which y'all know Miss Lori don't like shredded meat. So I will take mine off and kind of chop it up. But I've already tasted of it, and I'm just going to tell you, it's delicious. And I knew that. But whenever I do this, it just amazes me how much flavor that the pepper jam, or if you're using pepper jelly, how much flavor it puts into meat. And pork loves fruit. So putting this peach pepper jam in there was just ideal. It's just so good. Just a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. And then you got that little hint of jalapeno. Now I can say this pepper jam didn't have a lot of heat in it. And I could have probably took just a little bit more heat. So if you'd like that little bit of heat, make sure you get a pepper jam or pepper jelly that's maybe just, a little bit spicier. Or if you make your own, I know a lot of y'all do, you know how spicy it is. So, but it is delicious on pork, let me tell you. And we eat pepper jam on a lot of different things. But this right here is probably my favorite with this pork butt. So this would be delicious for a potluck. If you're one of those that does the Super Bowl, and me and Mr. Brown, we kind of miss out on that, but we do have a grandson that plays football, and we support him all the way. But if you are a Super Bowl fan, this right here would be idea to serve to your company if you have, Super Bowl party or whatever. And I think they would love it. So try it. It does make a lot of juice. Remember, we didn't put any kind of liquid in there. And if there's too much in here, you can take some of it out. But by the time you shred your meat up, it's going to absorb a lot of that juice. And, oh, it's just going to be so good. But anyways, I'm going to get mine cool down a little bit. But I'm going to take out some for supper. And whether if you serve it on a brioche bun with coleslaw, or if you just serve it as your main, and usually is what me and Mr. Brown do. We just eat it like it is, and we'll just eat it. I'll just make a couple sides to go with it because it's that good. But it does make wonderful sandwiches too. So y'all try it, because I think y'all really going to like it. You can do this in your oven, but do it low and slow. You can do this in an Instant Pot. And I have done that. And with the pork butt, if it's very big, I'll cut that pork butt in half, put it in my Instant Pot, and do it the same way that I did in a slow cooker. But you do need to put just at least a cup of water in the bottom when you do it in the Instant Pot. And I'll usually do it on manual for about an hour and 15 minutes to get it where I want it and really absorb all them good, all that good taste that you got in there. So you can do it either way. So anyways, and if you do it on the grill, if you're out there smoking it on the grill, slap you some pepper jam on it at the end. Oh, it's going to be good. So y'all try it. Well, I'm stoking the fire. Make sure there's plenty of wood in there before I leave out. Brown is in the duck woods again. There's about 15 more days of duck hunting. So he's gone this morning, and I'm thinking about going out. And, well, first off, I've got to go to the post office for sure. I go every other day, usually, unless something's going on. Sometimes I don't make it. But I am going to go. I need to check the P.O. box and see if there's any cookbook orders in there and pick them up. And I've got some cookbooks I need to put in the, go ahead and mail them. They're ready to go. So I'm still shipping off cookbooks, just that easy, my second cookbook. And an update on my first cookbook, Blessed Table, that so many of y'all that didn't get in on the first, second, third, and fourth, and fifth reprint a couple years ago. They have been ordered. The reprints have been ordered. And I'm hoping that maybe by the end of this month, they'll be coming in. It takes a good 30 days once you turn your order in for your books to get to you. And that's counting shipping. So anyways, maybe by the end of this month, but when I do get them, I will get on here and I will announce that my first cookbook is here because so many of y'all are wanting Blessed Table cookbook. So anyways, let's get busy. I'm ready to go, really. All I got to do is get my purse and my keys, and we're going to go to the post office, and then I'm thinking about maybe popping in a few flea markets, so I thought I'd just take you with me. How about that? Hardy, Arkansas. It's one of my favorite little towns. It's like walking back into the past. All kinds of flea markets, places to eat. It's got a really nice place to buy some nice clothing. It's called Jade's. It's just a nice place with friendly people. Very clean. It even has a bed and breakfast and a wonderful, wonderful little corner booth cafe right beside the bed and breakfast. So come visit us. I love to collect old vases. You don't see anything you want yet? I'll pick it up for you. Guess it's a good thing I don't have room in my house for these. Beautiful. Okay, so what did I end up bringing home from the flea market? Let's go in there and check it out. Well, number one, it wasn't anything that I really needed. It was just some things that I guess I just thought I wanted. It's not going to be long. I'm going to have a huge picture window put in this spot right here, which comes in on the kitchen and the dining room. In this spot right here. It's going to be huge. Anyways, squirrel. But the reason I said that because I was going to show these to you. These are so pretty. So y'all seen these in the video just a while ago. This one's got the weed on it. And these are really heavy too. And they were just so nice. And I wanted a couple that once I get my big picture window in, there's going to be just enough on the side there of wall lift. And I thought I might hang these if they fit, if there's enough room, because the picture one is pretty big. And I love this one with the rabbit on it too. But if they don't fit beside the window when it gets put in, maybe they might fit above the window. We'll see. We'll see if it works out. But that's the main reason I got those. This right here was a gift from a very good friend, Debbie from Texas. I just love it. My pie plate. Love it. Got this. I didn't need this. I've got several old sifters. But the price on this, and because it had apples on it, I just thought it was really cute because y'all know that I love the color red. And one of my daughters loves apples in her kitchen, and she has a lot of antique stuff. So anyways, that probably won't stay here. This thing right here, I looked at it and I put it back and I come back to it, and I just, for the price I had on it, and I thought, you know, I just really want that. I love little spoons, and these come with this, and I don't know that I'll keep these certain spoons in here, but I do have little spoons like this that I like to stir my coffee with. But I think there was a whole set of this, and y'all can tell me down in the comments, because when I checked out, the man told me that his mom, which owns the flea market, Miss Moss, he says she's got the whole set of this. So I don't know what all the set was, but this is just the spoon stores where you store your little spoons and stuff. But in fact, I thought these two little forks were so cute, and I know they didn't come with this. Somebody just that used it probably put it in there, or Miss Moss may have. But they're two little T90 forks, and I may just keep these for the youngest little grandbabies, because they're starting to learn how to use a fork and to eat. So those are really cute. But anyways, I just love it. And whether if I use these spoons or not, I'm gonna, like I said, I've got my own little tiny spoons that I stir my coffee with that I may put in there, and put this over there by where we make our coffee. I just thought she was really cute. This is another thing I thought was so cute. It's vintage, it's old, and you can tell by the measuring spoons here how old it is. These are just a really light plastic, and I don't even know if I'll keep these in here. I may put my my copper ones in here, I'm not sure, but it looks good with the different colors. That's why they done that, you know. So the different colors of the tail, so it looks good, but it just holds your little measuring spoons. And then this little cup, this little thing right here, I'm not for sure. Maybe y'all can tell me. Maybe you can keep a little bit of salt in it or something. Maybe that's what that's for. Not sure. But I just thought that was really cute. It's something different and it's vintage. And that's what I like. And this right here, I have been looking for one of these. And when you find them, this is an antique, heavy duty steel flower frog is what they're called. And these are antique ones, and they're hard to find. When you do, they want a pretty penny for them. But I dug and dug. They had several till I found this one that had a better price on it, and I went ahead and got it. And I will keep this thing forever. But you just put these in the bottom of, if you got a vase that's, you know, got the bottom that's big enough, you set that down in there, and you stick your stems down there. That way your flowers stand up. But like I said, this is an old antique one. And they make new ones too, but I like the old ones better. This is an antique soap holder, which I'm going to put in my bathroom. And probably won't use it, you know, for soap, because we use a liquid hand soap. But I will put a pretty bar of soap in there just for looks. I thought it was really pretty, and it'll go with my bathroom. And I have already got these. These are also, you put these over a mason jar and you stick your flowers down in there. That way your flowers stand up. And I've got a couple of these, and I seen this one. I went ahead and got another one because they work really well on mason jars when you put your cut flowers in them. I got these two. And I bet some of y'all probably either remember these or have some of these. They were $2 a piece. But these are just the right size, and I was thinking about, because when I start back doing some of the cooking for two videos, this will be a good size to do like cooking for two trifles, you know, and different desserts in these. So I just got two of them. I've got two that are half that size. But I really like these size for maybe, like I said, trifle or something like that. So I picked those up. This right here, I just got it just because. Y'all know I love splatterware, and I love picking up stuff that I can use in my videos when I'm cooking, because, you know, I can put a cup of flour in here or just whatever. I just love using stuff like this that's different and vintage looking, and I just love splatterware no matter what color it is. And this splatterware is very expensive, y'all. Very expensive. I picked up, they had a box full of antique drawer knobs, little cabinet knobs, and these are the glass ones. And I got two of them. I think they were $3 to $2.50 a piece, because I've got a couple of drawers I want to put these on. In fact, I may eventually go back and get me some more, because I just love the vintage look of them instead of the newer, you know, drawer knobs. And then I got this. Now, this is not vintage at all, but I love the color of it and the lacy edging on it. And I'm going to hang this with the rest of my plates. Like, this was $4 for this, and it's even got a blue ribbon on it to hang it. There were several of these different sizes, and I just really thought it was pretty. So, like I said, it's not vintage, but it's just pretty. So I'm going to hang it on my wall. So that was pretty much of my spending, except a couple more things I want to show you. I love old crates and old wooden boxes. And I seen this one and I thought, no, Lord, you don't need another one. But I kept coming back to it. I don't know how old it is, but it's pretty old. Sometimes you can even tell by the nails. But you know, back in the day, that's how they shipped and contained groceries and stuff that they shipped either by ship or wagon or whatever. I know y'all seen them in the old westerns, you know, the old wooden boxes that everything was stored in. Now it's plastic, big plastic containers and stuff like that. You don't see stuff, especially food. But this one is Wilson's corned beef. And it comes all the way from Argentina. So, you know, never did eat Wilson's corned beef, but that was back before my day. But I just love this box, and I'm fixing to show you what I'm going to do with it. And then this was another thing. I love this. And it's not really old. I just love the primitive look of it. And you can even put flowers in it if you wanted to. And I can see that this summer putting some zinnias in it. Pretty. But I just thought it looked primitive and that it would look good on my primitive table. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this old box. So what I've got here is some dried oak leaf hydrangea blooms, flowers. Now, I left these out on the bush, and I let them dry out there. You know, they died and they dried out there, and once they dried good, I cut them and brought them in. Now, a lot of times I'll go ahead and cut them back and bring them in and hang them and dry them in the house, but I just let these dry out on the bush. And I love these things dried. I think they're so pretty, especially for the fall and winter time when, you know, the colors are not bright and colorful. Everything's, you know, the brown and the orange and the yellow colors. So if you have some hydrangeas, just remember how pretty they can be once they're dried. You bring them in and put them in something pretty. I just think they look good, especially, like I said, in the winter or the fall. And I think they're going to look good in this box too. I'm going to have to kind of mess with it and rearrange it a little bit, and you have to be careful because the little petals will fall off. I had them in another glass dish or container, and I just had them up where they couldn't be messed with very much because they're very delicate. But I do think they look good in this box. What do you think for the winter? At least a month or so, and then I can change it out in about March or so, and maybe put some daffodils or something in it. It'd be pretty. What do y'all think? I think it turned out pretty good. This is why I love old wooden boxes. They're just so primitive looking, and I really like this one. I'm glad I went back and got it. Sometimes it's just the little things that make you happy. And I'd rather have something like this than anything else, I guess, besides a plant. I like my plants. I like my garden. I like my plants. Anything primitive and plants. What I love. And food. I love food too. But I think it looks really good. What do you think? Our porches become a part of our living area. We absolutely love being out with nature and watching the birds and listening to the birds. So I like to make it as comfortable and as pretty as the inside. I hope y'all enjoyed being with me today. I hope y'all try the recipe. And I hope you like the trip to the flea market with me. I always enjoy doing that with y'all. Y'all have a beautiful week, and I'm going to see y'all in a few days. God bless everybody. Bye-bye for now.